Hi, good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have this adorable cup of coffee joining us here today for my full day of eating that I have not done in forever. I don't think I've done a full day of eating in a long time. Also joining us today is this little apple picking candle that my Balance and Thrive co-coach got me. So it's a great day. Yeah, today's gonna be a full day of eating because I haven't done one in a while. And as I mentioned in my last video, I'm getting a lot more accountable to my fitness goals and have actually set fitness goals for the first time in a while. So I wanted to show you guys just what I eat today to hit the macros that my coach have set for me. So I'm gonna tell you guys the macros of every meal I eat, how I'm kind of going about reaching these macros every day, along with some tips for you, for people who are trying to track macros or even just track calories, and just some advice that I have for that and making that a little bit easier for you if you're someone who struggles to actually get close to hitting your macros, because this is not my first rodeo, y'all. I started counting macros in 2013, I want to say. Yeah, it was like the end of 2013 I started counting macros, so this is not my first rodeo. Although, like I said, I've not tracked macros in a few years because I would either just track calories, or I just wasn't tracking at all. So this is new again for me, so I'll be sharing with you guys just some tips and some tricks and all of that jazz. So my first bit of advice, sorry I'm like cutting myself out of this frame. This is like not a comfortable position for me. I'm just like trying to make it happen. My first bit of advice is so here's my MyFitnessPal that'll probably, look at that. Woo! So my first bit of advice when you're tracking macros is to actually track your whole day ahead of time. So today I'm filming and it's Wednesday. I actually tracked all of this food yesterday, or at least half of it, and then I finished the rest this morning, because a lot of times I hear from clients who are tracking macros like, oh my gosh, it's really hard to make sure I hit them every day. Like, it just seems like I never even get close. And most of the time, the people who feel that way are people who don't give a lot of forethought to their meals. They just kind of realize, oh, I'm hungry, I'll eat something. And either they eat something and then track it, or they try to eat something that they feel like is gonna be a good macro split, but they're not really giving a lot of planning or forethought to it. And so either A, they will not come anywhere close to their macros at the end of the day because their meals were just like random and they weren't giving a lot of effort to making sure the numbers matched, or B, they will end up with like a ton of protein left over, or go over their fats by 30 grams, or like will just be so far off that there's not really any coming back from it. Like there's no easy way to fix it without like drinking a carton of egg whites or something. You know what I mean? If you're tracking your food intake to some degree, I recommend planning out your meals the night before. Doesn't mean that you can't shift stuff around or change stuff the next day if you decide like, I don't really want that meal, but you will be so much more prepared to actually hit your macros, and also not really have to think about your meals and be constantly plugging stuff in your app all day because you're like doing like the macro Tetris all day long, which is, by the way, usually the thing that leads to people saying tracking is too much for me, I don't want to do it, and then they give up. So I'm gonna just try and help you out right here and say, girl or dude, whoever is watching, pre-track the day before, the night before. It'll help you so much if you're someone who struggles with getting all of your macros hit appropriately. Hopefully that helps. I have the most insane day ahead of me, starting at literally 3 p.m. until 9 o'clock tonight. So for 6 hours straight. Why did I do this to myself? I have client calls, coaching calls, discovery calls with potential new clients. I have all of that happening until 9 o'clock tonight. It is now 11:15 in the afternoon. So since the last half of the day, it's just like back to back to back calls. The meals that I planned for that time is stuff that I can either like requires no cooking and no assembly, or is something I can just heat up in the microwave really fast. So that meant the big meal that I planned for today that I was super looking forward to had to be cooked for breakfast. So I had bone-in pork chop and sweet potato mash for breakfast, because it was the only time I was gonna have to cook that meal. That meal is gonna take me like 30-40 minutes to make, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so good. If you guys are looking for a meal that tastes just like really fall-ish, and it also is like healthy, your family will probably like it, it's pretty easy to make, definitely pay attention to the recipe I'm about to show you on the screen, because it's so good and very affordable too. Like definitely, I think pretty affordable. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna roll those clips right now of what I had for breakfast, and after that I'll check in with you guys later. All right, you guys, welcome to my wild wet hair. That looks great. But here is the pork and the pork marinade that I used for this pork chop. Holy smokes, you guys, this is so good. Use it, leave your pork in there for at least a day and it's going to be so good. So I'm weighing everything out, you guys. There's no eyeballing anymore. I'm weighing out the food that I eat, every single thing. So here I am looking for a sweet potato. That was the amount of sweet potato that I was looking for, which was 250 grams of sweet potato, which that's what I plugged in. So that's what I was looking for. I make a sweet potato mash that I absolutely love. And I'm weird. Maybe this is weird. I leave the skin on the potatoes when I do any kind of mashed potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, mashed any potatoes, whatever. So heat up my pan as those potatoes were boiling, and then I put the pork chop in the pan just to really sear the one side, and then I flipped it over. It doesn't have a great sear. Don't look at it. Don't judge me. And then I put it in the oven for a few minutes at 375. After that, I weighed out the butter or really margarine and brown sugar that I was putting in the mashed potatoes, which fit tip, guys, make sure you measure this stuff out. This was literally like over 100 calories worth of stuff I was putting in the mashed potatoes. So make sure you measure that stuff out. It makes a difference if you're tracking. So made the most delicious sweet mashed potatoes I had almost ever eaten. So freaking good. So then I pulled the pork chop out of the oven. Make sure you're using an oven safe thing, by the way, an oven safe pan. But yeah, I still take the temperature of all of my meat. I don't trust myself to make meat and it not be overcooked or undercooked. So there's my beautiful pork chop, and then I tent it with foil. That's what this is called. It just kind of allows it to further cook a teeny tiny bit and also just get really juicy, honestly, which with pork sometimes is a problem. It's kind of dry if you don't take care of it. But I definitely, holy smokes, you guys, it was so good. I took such good care of this meat. I was really proud of myself. So proud, in fact, that I had to cut it open and show you guys. If you're not a meat lover, I'm sorry, this might be gross to you, but look how juicy that pork was. Applaud me. Thank you. Oh man, it is the gloomiest day out. I see all that gray lighting. But okay, so it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Working my way through work, and I'm going to eat one of my, don't look at my fridge, it's a disaster. One of my Freshly meals. I've talked about Freshly before on my social media. It's these refrigerated meals that come to you already cooked, kind of look like a frozen meal, but they're not frozen, they're refrigerated and they're fresh. I've been getting these off and on for a few months and I super duper like them. They're similar to like Bite Meals or Icon Meals if you're familiar with what those are, but yeah, it's basically fresh food that's just already been cooked that you heat up and eat. It's really healthy food, really macro friendly, if you will. I will say that Freshly meals seem to have a lot of higher fat options, like 13 to 25 grams of fat, some of them even being 30 grams of fat, so you do have to watch that. This one in particular is 21 grams of fat, but they all have like a nice amount of protein, 39 grams of protein. And what's nice about these is I think that a lot of them are gluten-free, no preservatives, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, which is cool. It's hard to get food sent to you like this that doesn't have that stuff. So I'm going to heat this up and enjoy it. Here's a fit tip, especially to those of you who eat out a lot and go through drive-thru a lot because you say you don't have time to eat healthy. I'm coming for you right now with this. One moment. So here's to those people who say that like they don't have time to eat healthy and so they eat out a lot. They eat at fast food restaurants, they eat out restaurants period, pick up, take out food, whatever. This is a healthier option for you. If you don't like to cook, don't have time to cook, getting something like this is very, very helpful. Now, a lot of these meals, it depends on where you get them from. I know Freshly meals are about $10 each. There's other places that charge anywhere between $7 to $10 a meal, plus they have a shipping cost. That's what I love about Freshly. Shipping's just free. And a lot of people say, well, that's really expensive. Like, I can't be paying $10 a meal. But dog, aren't you already going out to eat, getting restaurant food, getting like fast carry-out, takeout food? That all adds up. So if you're gonna spend the money on food, you might as well spend the money on like actually healthy food that is good for you and helps you control your weight or lose weight if that's what you're wanting to do. So I don't want to hear it that you don't have time to eat, but you have time and money to go to the drive-thru, because if you got money for drive-thru, you got money for healthy food. And you can even have it prepared for you like fast food. I'm just saying, I know how you're thinking, and I'm not gonna let you think that way.
All right, so we have mahi-mahi with some stuff, some rice and some stuff. I always take it out of this little package because there's nothing more depressing than eating food out of like a TV dinner package. So pro tip, always take your food out of the container and dirty a plate for it because it's worth it. You'll feel better about eating it. All right, so it's not the most sexy meal I've ever seen, but it is delicious. I don't think I even told you guys what I was eating. So this is hi, I'm up here. So this is wild caught mahi. Is it 2 mahis? Is it 1 mahi? I don't know. I'm not familiar with mahi. When it comes with cilantro, lime, rice, and romesco, whatever that is. Mmm, yum. So I'm gonna scarf this down because I have another 4 calls tonight. 4. So I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna keep things rolling. Check in with you guys for my last meal, which is not even really a meal. That pork meal that I had today for breakfast like took so many of my calories, so here he is. Nacho. Did I see a tail? Hello? Hello? Hi. Hi, we're not gonna go downstairs. Come here. Come here. Hi. Hello. It is us after a long day of working. Oh, hello, it's Chucha. All right, it's 9:45 at night. This guy's home.
Howdy.
Howdy. I can never fit us both in the frame.
Not
Cute.
possible. Oh yeah.
So my calls went until about 9 o'clock, and then I did some other work. So here we are at 9:45 at night. The entrepreneur life is glamorous. It actually is. It's just not glamorous all of the time. But, all right, so my last meal of the day is actually just a protein shake and a banana. Not super sexy, but like I said earlier today, I knew I was gonna just be like working all afternoon, not have a chance to like cook anything else, and I didn't wanna cook anything else. So I saved a very easy meal for myself. Ooh, that's not cute lighting. Oh, there's no lighting. Okay. I like to have like what I call like quick grab things that I can easily take on the road, like to go. I can grab it in between like client calls or work, and I don't have to cook, assemble, do anything like that. It's just easy, ready to go. Protein shakes are one of those things. Fruit with a peel, especially like bananas, apples, oranges, stuff like that I can easily like even throw in a purse. I love that stuff. Things like string cheese, Greek yogurt cups, beef jerky, popcorn, protein bars, anything that you can think of that doesn't require assembling and a lot of the times doesn't even require refrigeration. Like a lot of those don't require refrigeration, are so nice for people who say, again, I don't have time to eat healthy or I don't like to cook. Cool, you don't have to. Fruits literally come the way you're supposed to eat them. And protein shakes, it takes like 2 shakes and then you're good. And there's so many things that just don't require cooking or assembling. You just gotta stop believing the lie that like healthy eating or calorie controlled eating is difficult, because it just doesn't have to be, and that's just a lie. So I'm gonna have a banana and this protein powder. This is my protein powder. I just have this because it's a lot of protein powder for very inexpensive. So I'm gonna have that. That's gonna finish off my macros for the night, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Start over tomorrow. So that was my full day of eating. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. You guys seem to love full days of eating. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!